All right, so have you guys heard about Dreamfall Chapters? Longest journey?
Totally.
I almost started asking that because that's how we start every. And there are a lot of people who've never heard of the game, so then we have to go through the whole show a video of, the first trailer and then the second trailer, and yeah. But I'm gonna skip all that, and I'm just gonna jump straight into showing you guys the game. And book one is of course the first of 5 books or episodes. We call them books. We also have chapters within each book, which makes it very, very confusing. But each book consists of several chapters, and each chapter takes a character and a certain time period, and then continues the story. And the entire game takes place over quite a long period of time, actually. So each book is sort of a self-contained time period that then the next book moves on to
there's a little bit later time in between.
Yeah. I'm not going to say how much or anything like that, but it was a very natural transition for us to go into the episodic release format, and I think it's been a really, really good choice for us because it allows us to focus on smaller parts of the game to make each book as great as it can be, and also hopefully to get some constructive feedback from each book that we can bring into the next book. Because even though there's a short window between releases, there's still things we can learn about how players interact with the game, what they like and don't like in terms of the UI. We're not going to make any story changes based on feedback because the story set is written. Everything is there, but on the technical and game mechanics side, we can definitely do tweaks and changes. So this is almost the opening of the game. This is about 3 minutes into
They say
the
that
game.
every story has a beginning and an end, but that isn't always the case. Some stories simply stop. My name is Zoe Castillo. I'm dying. I've been in a coma for over a year. The doctors don't believe I'll ever wake up again. My mother did this to me. She put me here so that I wouldn't be able to tell my story, so that she could keep her secrets. It worked. The world is addicted to dreams, to dream time. It's just entertainment. They have no idea what the dream machine is really for and what it's doing to the world. They don't know that someone is stealing their dreams, using them to reshape reality. So, if I'm in a coma, how am I talking to you? The thing is, my body may be here in the hospital, but my mind is elsewhere. This is the story time. It's the place between, and it's my home now. This place where all stories begin and end, including mine.
Alright, so you've probably seen this first. This is before. This is where your players are introduced or reintroduced to Zoe in this place in story time. And the opening of the game is sort of learning about Zoe's situation, where she's been the last 6 months of her life, and why she's here and what she's doing here, basically. After this opening sequence, Zoe wakes up, and then the next time we join her, it's quite a while later, as she's establishing a new life in this city called Europolis, this large European megacity.
I don't know if the chart is accurate.
The
or
game
just a dream
plays a lot
construct,
like Dreamfall did,
but
with
it doesn't look good.
a lot of exploration, walking
That line
around,
should be pointing
exploring,
up,
investigating.
not down. People keep bringing flowers. So few
We
near
are
me.
also fully voicing the German version of the game, so that's coming out also at the same time as the English-speaking version, and there'll also be a retail German version.
Who's
With
doing the localization?
Eurovideo, the guys there, but I don't know the company doing the localization. They're handling that. So Eurovideo is the
Yes, you
distributor.
can ask the guys outside, they would know.
Take a skateboard to that line, you build up a lot of speed. Dad,
And with the
Gabrielle
retail box
stops
in
by
Germany, you
every
get the
day.
disc, but you also get the key
Keeps
to download
apologizing.
all the rest of
I wish
the
he
episodes.
didn't.
So it's like you buy the
I
box and
hear
then you
her
get the
calling out for
entire
help.
game.
She's trapped in a looping night terror.
So Zoe has become sort of almost sort of a dreaming superhero in here. She helps people who are stuck in these looping nightmares, these dreams. And at the beginning of the game, that's what you're doing. You are basically trying to help these people escape these nightmares. So the last time we showed this, we actually showed this at Rest earlier this year, and we also put a video on YouTube. We hadn't implemented all the gameplay yet. So what's changed now is that Zoe has gained her dreaming powers, ways to sort of control the environment she's in, and that will help us rescue this falling woman. So what we're gonna do is target her, and then we're gonna get our little panel. The UI is still a work in progress, but using this we can read her emotions, read her mind. We can use the power of light to bring brightness into this world, or we can manipulate time. By slowing time, it gives us a chance to actually
Hold on.
grab her
Don't
and
let
catch her.
go. Even if I did, I could just catch you again. But I won't.
So this is how we were introduced to Keon. He's also trapped in a place just like Zoe, but he's sort of more trapped
This is as far as the
physically
stairwell
rather
will
than
take us. Now we need to
mentally.
find a way to the roof.
I didn't say I wanted to leave this place.
What part of to be executed in the morning did you not get? And what part of the resistance needs you did you fail to comprehend?
Why would your people trust me? I'm their enemy.
You were the enemy. Trust your allegiance to your people has diminished somewhat in the past year.
How do you know I won't just turn on you as soon as we're out of here?
Oh, I know, and others do too. Our faith is rarely misplaced. Now, we need to get to the roof somehow.
So this is the end of a long sequence where Keon is working his way up from the floors below. See the guards are chasing him, you see them down there. And we need to escape upwards in order to get out of the jail, out of the prison. So there's a food elevator here. If you play Dreamfall, you actually remember that food elevator was used in Dreamfall as well.
I use this contraption to transfer food from the kitchens below. A chain goes up to the mechanism that raises and lowers the cage. It's covered in thick oil. I can't get a good grip on it with all that oil.
Right, so it's all oiled up, so we can't climb that. It's a convenient napkin.
We don't have much time.
You can try using that to wipe off the oil.
How
But
do
it
you
wouldn't really help
activate
us.
the inventory with the key? Or?
Tab.
Ah, okay.
You can examine things by right-clicking. You look at it. Sometimes you need to do that in order to uncover things that you may not have seen. Alright, so the rag got oily, but it didn't really help us. So I can now combine these two items to create a torch, oil torch. And we can try lighting that. Oh, except, yeah, that just put the candle out. So to find something stronger. A stronger flame. There we
I'm
go.
curious to see where this is going.
Kian say that? I don't know.
Should be able to still warm, but it's cool quickly first.
That chain's still hot, right?
Then we can climb up. So it's quite simple puzzles here in this part of the game. The game gets more difficult as it progresses. But the puzzles, the challenges are always very closely tied to the story and what you need to be doing.
What are you doing here? Where's our cloud ship?
We need to buy ourselves some time. Quick, lock that gate.
It's a neighborhood in what used to be Prague in the Czech Republic. But the influences are everything from German to Russian to Polish to Dutch to, well, not a lot of Scandinavia here, but you know, Central European,
Yes,
I guess you would
Central
say.
European maybe.
What do you mean I need a permit? I have a permit. I paid a fucking fortune for this permit.
Your permit is no longer valid. You'll need to have it renewed. You have 24 hours to comply.
Fuck off. You have 24 hours to comply.
That makes absolutely no sense. If you do not comply, you will be detained and your food card confiscated.
If you so much as touch Carl, I will cut off your testicles and make a kebab.
Threats are counterproductive and punishable by law. You have 20...
How does it feel working for a fascist fucking regime, trampling all over the working people?
Okay with it. Great health coverage, no overtime, pays decent. 24 hours.
So this sets up a little bit about the situation, the political situation in Europolis as well. There's conflicts going on between the working people and the corporate rulers, the I, as they're called, the security soldiers, and that's an important part of the story. At this point, even though you have a goal, and that goal is to buy lunch for Zoe's boyfriend from Nela Bites right there, we can choose to completely ignore it and head off on our own and explore Europolis. And the city is there to be explored. It's not a massive city by, and it's you know, comparison to Assassin's Creed or GTA and things like that, but it's still one of the largest adventure environments I think any game has ever had. And it's packed with things to see,
To hear, to
Yeah.
examine, to explore.
to learn about the story and the world, and that's really important for us to really create this immersive, interesting environment where the story is told in a lot of different ways. And I think that's what makes us very, very different from games, for example, like Walking Dead or Wolf Among Us, games that are story-driven, but are much more about scenes of dialogue. We have a lot of dialogue, but we also have the exploration part and being able to see the world how you want to see it and to have your curiosity rewarded. That's really important to us. And we are more of an adventure game in that sense of, we have an inventory, we combine things in inventory to unlock doors. I mean, elements of it is classic, even though the expression, the format and the look is completely new and different. So that's pretty much what we're showing here. You guys have any questions?